If Kylian Mbappe doesn't get the ground running at Madrid, chances are the Frenchman will flop hard, like Hazard. But before we go further in this video, we'll be discussing 10 football players and coaches who are under crazy pressure to perform next season. Now, back to Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe's move to Real Madrid is a big deal, but it might not be smooth sailing right away. Remember how he turned them down a few times before? Well, some Real Madrid fans are still quite upset about that. This means Mbappe will need to work hard to win over those fans. He's a fantastic player, but goals and fancy footwork might not be enough at first. He'll need to show the fans he's truly committed to Real Madrid and that he wants to be part of the team. Maybe a big performance early on in the season, or even some interviews where he talks about his excitement to be playing for the club could help. Now, although unlike Mbappe, Palmer is already a fan favourite, he'll still be under pressure next season. 22-year-old Cole Palmer is definitely one to watch next season. Last year, he burst onto the scene with an incredible performance, racking up an impressive 22 goals and 11 assists, making him the player with the most goal contributions in the entire league. That's a huge accomplishment, especially for someone just starting out. However, with such a fantastic debut season comes a new kind of pressure. Fans and pundits will be watching him closely to see if he can repeat that success. There's a worry that maybe his amazing season was just a lucky one, a one-time thing. People might start calling him a one-season wonder if he can't keep up this impressive form. This can be tough for any player, but for a young guy like Palmer, it can be especially challenging. He'll need to stay focused, keep working hard, and hopefully keep that scoring touch. The good news is that he's clearly a talented player, and with the right mindset and training, there's no reason he can't continue to impress and silence any doubters. Now let's talk about some football managers. 3. Xabi Alonso. The spotlight will be shining brightly on Xabi Alonso's shoulders next season, but not because of doubts about his ability. It's because of the incredible season he just had with Leverkusen. He achieved the nearly impossible, winning the league title for the very first time in the club's history. And to top it all off, he added a cup win to complete the double. Even more impressive, Alonso also managed to lead Leverkusen on an impressive unbeaten streak. This kind of success brings a special kind of pressure. Everyone will be expecting him to do it all again next season. It can be tough to repeat such a historic run, and some might even think it's a fluke. Leverkusen have never been in this position before, and Alonso will need to manage those expectations. He will likely adjust his tactics and approach to keep things fresh and exciting for the team. The pressure will definitely be on, but with his coaching skills and a bit of luck, there's no reason why the Spanish manager can't continue Leverkusen's success and replicate the same success he's had. Speaking of Spanish managers, 4. Mikel Arteta. The pressure is on for Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta. Sure, he's made some serious progress since taking the job. The team is back in the Champions League and they've even challenged for the title a couple of times. Those are all positive signs, but there's one thing missing from Arteta's trophy cabinet, a major trophy with Arsenal. Fans and pundits are starting to talk. They acknowledge the improvements, but they're also hungry for silverware. After all, it's been a while since Arsenal lifted a big trophy, and with other teams like Chelsea, Manchester United and Liverpool bringing home trophies in recent years. Even though Arsenal might be playing some of the best football, the lack of trophies stings. Arteta knows this. He isn't blind to the growing frustration. The fans have been patient, but that patience is wearing thin. They want to see Arsenal back at the top, competing for and winning the biggest prizes. Next season will be crucial for Arteta. He'll need to find a way to take that next step and deliver some long-awaited trophies. If he doesn't, the criticism from fans and media will likely intensify. It's win or face the heat for Arteta. Just like it will be for Arne Slot. Stepping into the shoes of a legend is never easy, and that's exactly the situation Arne Slot finds himself in at Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp's reign at the club has been nothing short of phenomenal. He's brought them trophies they hadn't seen in years, and more importantly, he built a special connection with the fans. Now it's Slot's turn to try and fill those very big shoes. The pressure on Slot will be immense. Liverpool fans are used to winning, used to a certain style of exciting, attacking football. They'll be expecting Slot to maintain that standard, or even improve upon it. It's not just about big trophies, though those will be important. It's about keeping the fans engaged, keeping the team playing attractive football, and continuing the success Klopp brought. Of course, Slot is a talented manager in his own right. He's achieved great things at his previous clubs, but there's no denying the challenge ahead. and the EPL is a different beast of its own kind. He'll need to win over the fans, get the players on board with his tactics, and most importantly, try to live up to those incredibly high standards set by his predecessor. It's a tough task, but Slot seems up for the challenge. If he can handle the pressure and keep Liverpool on the winning track, he might just become a legend himself. Now back to the football players. 6. Darwin Nunez. Things aren't looking great for Liverpool striker Darwin Nunez. There were high hopes when he arrived at the club, with a hefty price tag to match. Unfortunately, his first season wasn't what everyone expected. He missed a lot of chances to score and overall just didn't quite live up to the hype. Now, heading into his third season with Liverpool, the pressure is on. Fans are getting restless and whispers of a transfer are starting to circulate. Nunez needs to show a significant improvement if he wants to stay at Anfield. He needs to find his scoring touch and convert those chances he was missing before. The fans will be looking for goals, for him to be a real threat up front. If he doesn't step up and deliver, Liverpool might be looking to cut their losses and sell him. This is Nunez's make or break season at Liverpool. He needs to show them why they invested so much in him, or he might as well start packing his bags. Now let's talk about a player who's actually performing well but will definitely still be under pressure. 7. Lamine Yamal. 17-year-old Lamine Yamal is already a superstar in the making for Barcelona. He's been tearing it up on the field, and his performance at the Euros has had everyone talking. But with great talent comes great pressure, and Yamal is facing a mountain of it at such a young age. Barcelona fans are desperate for a new hero, someone to fill the void left by legends like Messi. They're looking at Yamal and hoping he can be their saviour. There's talk of handing him the prestigious number 10 jersey, which is a huge sign of the expectations placed on his young shoulders. The question is, can Yamal handle the pressure? He's shone brightly in international tournaments, but La Liga is a whole different beast. It's a relentless league, with some of the best players in the world. Can a 17-year-old consistently perform at that level week in, week out? This is the question mark surrounding Yamal. There's no doubt about his talent, but the jump from youth competitions and international appearances to playing regular matches in La Liga is a big one. He'll need to be exceptional to meet the expectations and avoid getting crushed by the pressure. Hopefully, Barcelona will manage him carefully and not throw him into the deep end too quickly. If they do, Yamal has the potential to become a star, but if not, the pressure could be too much for him to handle, like it was for Ansu Fati. Talking of Ansu Fati, things aren't looking great for this lad. After a dream debut season with Barcelona's first team, injuries and a disappointing loan spell at Brighton have put a damper on his progress. Now, heading back to Barcelona, Fati faces immense pressure to prove himself. Barcelona are looking to clear out some of their squad, focusing on players who can consistently perform and stay healthy. Fati's struggles with injuries and his underwhelming loan stint raise questions about his future at the club. He'll need to show significant improvement next season to convince Barcelona he's not a dead end. This puts a lot of pressure on Fati's young shoulders. He needs to stay fit, a challenge he struggled with in the past, but more importantly, he needs to rediscover his scoring touch and become a reliable goalscorer for Barcelona. If he can't do that, his future at the club could be in jeopardy. But Yamal and Fati are not the only ones under pressure in Barcelona. Hansi Flick will also be under pressure. Hansi Flick's move to Barcelona as their new manager puts him right in the spotlight. And it's not exactly a relaxing beach chair kind of spotlight. Barcelona have been going through a rough patch, failing to win any trophies last season. Meanwhile, their arch rivals Real Madrid have been racking up trophies, including a double last season. The huge difference in success piles on the pressure for Flick. Barcelona fans are hungry for wins, and Flick will be expected to turn things around quickly. He'll need to get the team playing attractive football again, but most importantly, he has to deliver trophies. Looking at Real Madrid's recent dominance will only add to the pressure. Flick won't just be competing against other teams in La Liga, he'll be measured against what Real Madrid is achieving. Barcelona fans will be looking at both teams and wondering why their side can't be just as successful. Flick is a good manager. He's won the Sextuple for Bayern and even trashed Barcelona 8-2 in their UCL fixture. But reviving Barcelona and bringing them back to their trophy-winning ways is a big challenge. He'll need to work his magic, get the players on board with his tactics, and find a way to close the gap between Barcelona and their fierce rivals. If he can't deliver the silverware, the pressure from the fans and media will likely become intense. And the same thing applies to Vincent Kompany, the new Bayern coach. Vincent Kompany's appointment as Bayern Munich manager is a surprising one, and it lands him squarely in the pressure cooker. Here's why. First, there's the matter of his recent history. He just got relegated with Burnley, which isn't exactly the confidence booster Bayern fans were hoping for in their new boss. Second, Bayern Munich themselves are coming off a disappointing season by their lofty standards. They didn't win the Bundesliga title, and that stings for a team used to dominating the league. So Kompany is walking into a situation where both he and the club need to improve themselves. This creates a double-edged sword kind of pressure. Bayern fans will be impatient, they'll want to see the results quickly, and Kompany won't have much time to settle in. They'll be wondering if he's the right man to bring them back to their winning ways, especially considering his recent struggles. On the flip side, Kompany will be under pressure to prove his doubters wrong. He'll need to show everyone that the Bayern job isn't too big for him, and that he can learn from Burnley's relegation and use that experience to turn things around at Bayern. It's a gamble for both sides. If Kompany can succeed, it could be a match made in heaven, but if he doesn't, the pressure will become unbearable, and he might be out the door quicker than he can imagine. Which other players or coaches do you think will be under pressure? Let us know what you think in the comments section below.